Alright, this is Geordie Prepper, and this is the continuation of the digital prepping series of videos. So in the first video we were looking at some websites which will basically give us some ideas of how to take our privacy back online and secure our connection. But the first step is really just to see how insecure you really are and that your location's compromised, etc. This is not to scare you into doing something, it's just to illustrate that you have no anonymity out of the box when you connect online. So the first website we're going to look at is dnsleaktest.com. So when you load up dnsleaktest.com, you get confronted with your IP address, a rough location of where you are. It's not completely accurate, but it'll be in the ballpark. Obviously I've masked that out for my privacy. But let's run the test and we'll just see just what the problem is when you're using the DNS servers that your IP gives you. So there are two options on the front page of dnsleaktest.com. At the bottom, that's to do a standard test and an extended test. I've turned off all my VPNs, I've turned off my DNS protection. So I've just run the test raw. So this is how pretty much it would be if I was to run a search through a search engine, or if I was just to type in a web address in my browser. You can see here the big problem, and that's that there are 8 different servers here that my search has gone through. It's saying that they're all based in the UK. But if you run the test yourself, you may find that your searches are going through several different countries. But the big problem, which you can see here, which is stated at the bottom, is that the servers identified above receive a request to resolve a domain name. So that's when you type a web address into your browser and it takes you there. And it associates that to your IP address every time you enter a website into your browser. The owners of the server above have the ability to associate your personal IP address with the names of all the sites you connect to and store this data indefinitely. This does not mean that they do store or log it indefinitely, but they may, and you need to trust whatever their policy says. So that last statement there where it says that you need to trust whatever their policy says, and that's obviously the big privacy concern. Anything that you search for, any connection to a website that you do, so you go to Facebook, that's all logged. If you are connected to a VPN service and any of the servers listed above are not provided by the VPN service, then you have a DNS leak and are choosing to trust the owners of the servers above with your private data. So as I was saying in the previous video, just because you've got a VPN service, it doesn't mean that it's secure. So dnsleaktest.com will just show you one specific area, and it's something that we're going to protect later on. The next website where we can see just how little privacy we've got using our default settings is whoa.net. And it goes into a lot of detail about your connection. Many websites use certain things like JavaScript and Flash, and they can all expose who they are. It gives you up here a little anonymity score, so it shows here that mine's 80%. So a good website to visit, run the tests. If you see any extended tests that are in there, run it. It does initially give you just a basic overview, but if you scroll down to the bottom, then you can look at the extended tests and you can run separate tests as well. You can go here and you can do a speed test, although speed tests online are pretty much useless and worthless. The speed of your connection doesn't guarantee your anonymity online. You can also do who is lookups on websites as well. Another thing, obviously, if you do have a website, do a search on your website, do a who is search on your website. You may find that your details come up on a who is search. So you can look into something called who is privacy. If anyone was to do a who is search on your website, then it just basically comes up with a standard privacy notice, and it directs them to the domain registrant, rather than display the details that you input about yourself. But look at who.net and just look at the results. Look at them with your VPN turned on as well. So switch off the VPN, run the tests, and then switch on your VPN, run the tests. Is your anonymity whilst you're running the VPN, is it secure? So the last website that we're going to use to do a privacy checkup is xmyip.com. So based on your IP address, it'll work out, where you are, which ISP you're with, your country. If you're in the US and Canada, it'll give you a postal code, area code. Those details in this section might not be very accurate, but they could be really accurate. So what we're going to do later on is we're going to do things to mask our location as well as mask our searches that we do online. So go to these websites. If you're already subscribed to a VPN service, run the tests with the VPN switched off, run the tests with the VPN switched on. If you see any areas of concern with the VPN switched on, then you may want to look at not using that VPN anymore, especially if it's a paid subscription, because there's clearly some areas of concern and the VPN isn't doing what you're paying it to do, which is to keep your online activities secure, keep your searches secure, keep your activities secure online. So basically, if there's any areas of concern when you're running the VPN test, it's not doing its job, and you basically need to get rid of it. And some solutions, which I'll show later on, they may be better. There may be something that you want to look at. Thanks for watching, guys. Be safe online. Be safe in general. I'll see you in the next video. Most importantly, just be prepared.